Hey everybody, it's Linda Chambers coming at you from Cape May, New Jersey with another guided meditation to help you in your mindfulness practice. So let's getting right to it today. Getting someplace comfortable, off to yourself if you can. I know some of us are in close quarters with other family members. Some of us are on our own. But wherever you are safely sheltered, welcome and just get comfortable, as comfortable as you can. Preferably sitting. If you want to lie down, that's okay too. You may fall asleep if you get really, really relaxed. Okay, and uncross everything if you can. Rest your feet on the floor and uncross your legs, uncross your arms. Find a comfortable space to rest your arms and your hands. And then as you're comfortable, just closing your eyes. And as you're sitting there with your eyes closed, listening to my voice, just imagine that you're allowing yourself to tune inward. And as you start to tune inward, you might start to really notice any sounds in the room or sensations in your body, or even sounds your body's making, your stomach growling, or outside sounds, traffic passing by. Or whatever you hear, just let that be a cue to go even deeper into yourself. And it's really nice to start to pretend almost that you're going to sleep. So you're not really going to fall into a deep sleep. Do you know how when you were a little kid you would pretend you were sleeping? So you'd get really quiet, maybe let your breath start to stretch out and get a little bit louder, breathing. So you can start to do that now, almost. And as if you're practicing relaxing and getting ready to go deep. And as you start to go a bit deeper into yourself, everything in your body is starting to unwind. Just imagine this really gentle dance of your muscles unwinding, and it's an active, gentle process of unwinding. So all the way from the top of your head now, all the way to the tips of your toes, every muscle, every system is starting to relax. Doing this gentle unwinding, this dance of relaxing and settling and softening and sinking down. And just imagine now like a leaf gently falling from a tree. It's golden now, and it's released its hold on the limb. And it's caught a nice soft breeze to just drift and float gently down. And as you see that leaf, or you hear the rustle of leaves, you start to settle and drift down comfortably and gently all the way down. As a leaf gently arrives on the ground, and so you gently arrive at this place deep inside yourself. And as you arrive there, imagine now you're going to transport yourself in your mind to a nice, isolated rural country road. And the road is kind of gravelly. It's not paved, but it's got gravel and dirt and stone. And it's nice and dry. So you kind of walk along and shuffle. And you know when you were a kid how you would sometimes kick stones and rocks out of your way. You do that and you're just kind of strolling and meandering along this beautiful country road. And as you look around, there's a beautiful blue sky. And off to your left, you can see fields and fields of different kinds of vegetables, fields of corn and beans, and have been planted and are growing. As you continue to walk down this country road, ahead, not far off, you see a beautiful old covered bridge. And as you get closer, it comes more into view. And as you look at the beautiful bridge ahead, you decide to take a rest near the bridge. Off sitting in the soft grass off to the side, you study the bridge. And as you look at it, your mind wanders and imagines about all the possible people that have traversed that bridge over the many years that it has stood there. And it's a very old bridge, more than 100 years old. And at times it's provided shelter out of the rain and snow for various wild animals. And maybe even a few human beings have taken shelter there temporarily from a hailstorm or a passing thunderstorm. You can almost hear wagon wheels as they rumbled across the planks of this covered bridge. Bicycles have rode across it. People have walked across it. No doubt motorcycles have driven through this old bridge. But many a person with many a dreams, many desires have walked through that old bridge. And as you lay there now, looking up at the beautiful sky, watching the clouds pass by, your mind wanders back, going all the way back to your early beginnings, back to your early history, back to the time of you being born, being a wee, beautiful, innocent infant, getting ready for this wonderful journey of your physical life experience. And think of all the accomplishments through your evolution that you've made. Being able to sit up, being able to babble and eventually start to say words and understand language. Grasping concepts like being able to eat your food with utensils and even toilet training. Learning all these things, learning to walk and hop and jump. And then entering school and mastering reading and writing and different subjects and learning how to play kickball, learning how to play red light, green light, playing with jacks, playing cards with friends or marbles, jumping rope, and then even mastering riding a tricycle or bicycle. So many different things throughout your evolution this far that you've accomplished. And it just feels really good to think about that, to think about how far you've come, and think about all your skills and all your abilities. And then, as you let all these wonderful feelings of accomplishment move through you, I wonder what it would be like if you decided to imagine a feeling, maybe a new feeling that you could create for yourself. Because now you've been working on mastering a new skill set, a skill set of being able to guide your thoughts and your feelings in deliberate ways, in ways that you deliberately want to, and creating mental images of, and writing your own soul story deliberately now, and how to get really good at that as you practice and learn this new skill set. So take the time right now to do that. Imagine a wonderful emotion, whatever it might be, and give a name to it. And then imagine that emotion, that feeling now, the letters of that, spelling that word out, emblazoned across your heart. And that this word now and the feeling is blazing bright and bold and beautifully right across your heart. And now let it extend and fill every fiber of your being as you experience this feeling and emotion. And then I'd like you to know and understand that you haven't even yet reached the full capacity or any limit yet on this feeling. Meaning the depth and the height and the breadth that you feel of this feeling now knows no limit, and that it can continue to grow over the next few days, weeks, and months in its intensity, and also in the frequency in which you feel this feeling. And now just let that vision, the vision of that word emblazoned on your heart, just slowly melt away as you continue to contemplate your own evolution, your own growth, your own life experience. And even right now, although you may be sheltered in your home and may not be venturing out much at all, may be feeling like you're not really doing much of anything in terms of your own growth and expansion, I want you to know right here and now, it is exactly in these times when we may think or tell ourselves that not much is happening good, or that we aren't evolving in positive ways, that indeed you are. And at some future point, when you're resting and relaxing as you are now, and traversing your mind backwards over past events and accomplishments, that this period of time will rise to the top, will be golden, will be in fact one of the most memorable milestones in your own growth and development. It's as if right now, in the darkness, in the quiet, so many potential positive events, experiences, and skills are being developed right now. They will come to full fruition in the not too far distant but inevitable future. You are a wise, creative, adaptable, moldable, able, resilient, comfortable, creative creator. You really are. And sometimes, out of trials and challenges and tribulations, a wonderful phoenix emerges, and you can picture yourself right now as that phoenix, as that symbol of strength and beauty, of rising out of almost nothingness, out of ashes, to sail high above at higher heights than you ever imagined in living your life. And oh no, it may not actually be for many huge materialistic accomplishments. This whole shift is not so much going to be about material accomplishments, although those are important and there's nothing wrong with those. What might be most important about this new evolutionary shift that we all are experiencing as human beings very well may be our capacity to love ourselves and to love one another, and to open up more than ever before to the importance of connections, of interpersonal connections. Can you imagine and think about when you had a wonderful accomplishment? Maybe when you learned how to ride a two-wheel bicycle, or maybe when you solved a math problem that you struggled with for quite a long time, or you understood finally a concept or a theory, or maybe that feeling of when you earned your first dollar and you got your first paycheck, or when you conquered or mastered a video game and got to a level that you never believed that you could have gotten to before. Whatever that feeling of great accomplishment is for you, imagine that right now. And then imagine the times when you worked with another person on something, that you came together to write a song or develop a story or to play a game together, even playing a video game together on Xbox. and you challenged each other to develop your skills even more highly. Or maybe you worked together with someone on a project at school or in the workplace, and you had this synergy going together where you just zinged off of their zag and they zoomed off of your zigging. My point is, though, that there was this wonderful magic and this chemistry between you and another human being. Imagine if those experiences started to become more everyday and more normal for us, if they weren't such rare occurrences anymore. That if we as truly loving, open human beings opened our hearts again and opened our hearts to the things that we could accomplish one-on-one, in groups of 1 to 2 to 3, and then just multiplying that en masse to the entire human species. Just imagine what we could accomplish and where it would take us in our evolutionary process. And just like the signaling of that phone ringing, let that be a marker. Let that be a ringing and a recognition and a heralding of ushering in a new time in your own consciousness, a new revolutionary time, but not a revolution of upset or upheaval in a negative sense, but ushering in a gentle, loving, kind way, despite any of the chaos or confusion or fear that's going on in the outside world. Ushering in a gentle, wonderful way, this new, this loving, this more highly evolved consciousness, the consciousness of many of the masters, of the Buddha, of the Christ, many of the masters who ask us to go within, who ask us to create massive change through love and peace and nonviolence. And that you here and now, in your evolutionary development, you alive here and now, in this day and time, in this very important time in our development, in our evolution, as a human being, as a member of the human species, that you have an important and critical role to play. And so, in a few moments, I'll count from 10 to 1. And when I get to 1, you'll open your eyes and you'll be fully awake and alert. But for now, just enjoying again, just laying in this soft, cool, sweet-smelling grass, looking at this beautiful covered bridge, just feeling indescribably wonderful, feeling very much a part of everything, and knowing your place in all of this is important and vital, and you are needed. And then standing up and turning back and heading back to the road, to the country road, coming back, walking back to yourself. 9, 8, just meandering back. 7, taking some deep breaths. 6, transporting yourself across space and time. 5, feeling yourself now sitting there, listening, hearing my voice now. 4, 3, coming all the way back, taking some deep breaths. 2, and all the way back. 1, sound mind, sound body. Thank you for your time and your attention, and thank you for your brilliant participation and practice in mindfulness and guided meditation today. Until we meet again, take care.